What's going on, you guys? You got Coach Zoe here with my husband Rob. We are going to be doing a partner resistance workout today. So it's different between this workout versus your regular partner workouts. Instead of us using weight or each other's cues to change exercises and to get a challenge, we're going to be using each other's strength, right? So I'm going to be pushing against him, he's going to be pushing against me, stuff like that. Of course, it's for any level, so you just have to adjust. Make sure you let your partner know if they're giving you enough or too much. So let's get started with our warm-up today. We're going to keep it pretty light. You can do impact jumping jacks, or if you need to, we can keep it non-impact and just step it out, whatever works for you. But let's just loosen it up a little bit here. Keep your ankles and knees soft. Let's find a big range of motion through those shoulders. Good. And we're here for just a few more seconds. 3, 2, 1. We're going to take some big steps side to side. Still not impact yet. Just opening up those hips. Engaging through those outer hips. Again, today's workout is going to be using your partner's resistance. So make sure you guys are communicating well throughout the workout. That way you can let them know if you need a little more or a little less. All right, I'll be showing variations for each exercise. But this is pretty much an all-level workout. All right, take a nice wide stance. From here, we're going to find a hinge, just like a sumo deadlift. So hinging down, pushing those hips back, keep your knees directly over the ankles, a nice flat back, long spine. Squeezing your glutes at the top, making sure that we're not tucking the butt. Okay, we just want to extend the hips, not overextend. We have lower body, upper body, and core today also in your workout. So a full body partner workout. All right, next, bring those feet a little bit closer, about hip width, and let's see a standard squat. Make sure that your knees stay behind the toes. You can take your time to work to a depth, so we don't have to drop all the way down into a full depth squat yet. We're just getting warmed up. Good. And let's bring those feet about hip width, maybe a little bit shorter. And we're going to find a narrow squat now. Keeping your chest high. Dropping those hips back. Sit down, hold it. Reach your arms overhead. And we're going to do a few pull downs here. Activating the back, pulling those lats down, keeping your chest proud, eyes ahead of you, and pulling that belly in. Good. We're here for 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, find some space out in front of you. Rob and I will face each other. We're gonna do some inchworms, okay? So from there, feet about hip width. Let's hinge down, walk those hands out to a plank. Give me a shoulder tap on each side, and then walk those hands back in. Keep your legs as straight as you can as you go in and out. Again, hinge down, walk it out, shoulder tap, pulling that belly in at all times, and walking it back in. Good. Let's hold that plank here. Draw the belly in and give me some slow mountain climbers. Just tucking your knee in to each elbow on each side. Good. Make sure you pull that belly in every time you feel your hips get a little bit lower and shift back to a down dog. From here, if you feel strong, let's do some shoulder taps. Take your thumb and touch that shoulder on the same side. We'll get as close to it as you can. A soft bend in the knees. You don't want to hyperextend the legs here. Good. Here for 3, 2, 1. Walk it all the way back in. And with a rounded back, just ragdoll your way up to the top. Reach overhead. Clasp your hands. Palms to the ceiling. Pull your belly in. All right, you guys, go ahead, shake it out. Get a quick drink of water if you need it. We're going to get started with this workout. All right, you guys, so this workout today, a quick introduction to the time frame. So we're going to have 30 seconds of partner A, 30 seconds of partner B, and then 30 seconds rest. So that quick switch between partner A and partner B will be fast. There's not going to be any additional time. Some of the exercises will just be ongoing where we rotate the whole time. I'll let you know when we're there, okay? But let me show you what we're going to start off with is our leg press. So just like a squat, you're going to lay down on the floor facing your partner. Be fairly close. You might have to adjust your distance based on how tall you are. Back a little bit. All right, but our first exercise will be here. So you're going to plant your feet together, heel to heel, as best as you can. All right, and again, this is where we're going to need to start to make sure that we're talking to our partner. So it's going to be I go, you go. So I'm gonna press against my partner and then he's gonna press back against me. So it's just like a leg press machine at the gym or like a squat. We're a little slippery on this floor here, so we're sliding, right? So this will be our first exercise. So get ready, get lined up. We'll have that 30 seconds between each where I'll introduce each exercise before we get to it. But get ready to rock and roll. We are starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin leg press. So whenever you're ready, again, you go, I go. I like to tuck my chin here, gives me a little extra core engagement, kind of forces my pelvic tilt, right? For those of you mamas that have had babies, want a nice strong deep core, or for anybody that wants a strong deep core. Good, so that's a 30-second mark, but since we're going back and forth already, we're just gonna keep it up. So breathe out as you push. What I like about using partner resistance is that it's unstable, so it forces you to really balance and focus on your motor control. Focus on really good mechanics. When you get to your full extension, chances are the shorter person is going to have a full extension, right? You have to be careful not to hyperextend, so just pay attention to that. Good, and we're gonna rest. Let's get on our feet nice and quick. We got about 30 seconds and we're on to the next exercise. So from here, you're gonna find a staggered stance. Whichever leg is in the back is gonna be your working arm. All right, we're gonna grab around the wrist here so we have a good grip. Get nice and close. Start with one person, hand at the chest. And from here, he's going to row, and then I'm going to row. Okay, he's going to row, and then I'm going to row. So we got 5 seconds, get in the stance, get ready to rock. Let's move this way a little bit. We'll switch at the 30-second mark. Let's begin. So Rob goes, then I go. Rob goes, then I go. And just focus, take your time, right? This isn't a rush about reps, right? We want to focus on the full range of motion, the proper mechanics, and again, the stability. So with him pulling against me, right, while he's doing the rep right now, I have to keep my core strong and stable and fight that twist that I want to naturally do. Keep pulling. Good, right? Because if not, right, he gets nothing out of it, I get nothing out of it. So we're both still working, even though, go ahead, switch sides, switch stances, right to it. Even though we're both alternating, right, we're both still working the same exact way. And make sure you're tucking your butt a little bit here in this lunge position so you can keep your spine nice and long. Good. Notice Rob has his hand on his belly, just a nice little reminder to pull that belly in to keep a nice tall posture and rest. Okay, staying close together, we're gonna do our curls and extensions. So this is where it's gonna be less you go, I go, and more I go for a little bit, then you go. So I'm going to start off, I'll be doing all the extensions. Rob's going to be doing all the curls. So he'll be resisting against me like this, and then I'm going to be resisting against him for that tricep extension. So get ready to rock and roll. Get a nice good stance, wide feet, soft bend in the hips and the knees. We are starting in 3, 2, 1, let's begin. So he's doing the work, and then I'm doing the work. And really it's the concentric work. So he's doing the concentric work, now I'm doing it, right? That's when the muscle is shortening, right? When I'm doing this, my triceps are working, but my biceps are lengthening. So again, we're both still working the whole time, but he's doing all curls and I'm doing all extensions. And again, what's nice about this is it's kind of like a negative built into your exercise. And switch sides. So now I'm going to do my curls. Let's begin right to it. And then he's going to do his triceps. Good. And again, based on your height, you might need to adjust. So if your partner is a lot taller than you, he might need to squat down a little bit. But that's good. I'll toughen him up, give him a little bit of little leg extra, a little extra credit. Right? Boom. So this one, right? Woo, it's hard. You got to pull that belly in. Make sure you're not doing any of this kind of movement. Good. For 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, so next we're gonna do a deadlift sit up. So one person is on the ground. Go ahead, Rob, I'll stay standing. And then the other person's going to be doing the deadlift. Partner on the ground is going to be essentially dead weight. However, they're going to maintain engaged, tall posture even on the ground. So they're not just rounding their back, they're drawing that belly in, right? They're having a little bit of an arch in their low back and keeping that chest proud. So we'll demonstrate really quick, do a couple reps. So I'm going to lay him down and then draw him up. So let's begin. So I'm doing the deadlift, right? He's not doing too much work other than just keeping an isotonic pull, right? Isometric, work, just like a wall sit, but for his core. So he's really not doing too much work right now. I'm lifting and moving his body. This is too intense, right? So maybe for the ladies, this is too intense for you with your partner. Just have your partner help you, right? So give him a little extra work to do. He can do a little bit of a sit up with you. For 3, 2, 1, quick switch. Right away. Sorry, Rob. And same thing. Begin. So he's deadlifting up and then lowering me down. So all I'm doing is maintaining that engagement in my low back. Shoulders are back, right? If I wasn't engaged, it would look like this. So no slacking. All right, stay engaged. You can also stagger your stance for the guys if it's a little too easy, if your partner's too light for you. And now it's a single leg deadlift, right? That's pretty cool, huh? And rest. So we're gonna go through this whole workout one more time through at the end. So I'll let you know the halfway mark if you wanna do the stagger stance next. All right, here we're gonna do a chest press. It's gonna go back to that. You go, I go. So staggered stance again, doesn't matter which side. Okay, it's going to be a chest press. So we're gonna get nice and close, tuck your butt, tall posture. I'm going to press, then he's going to press. Okay, I'm going to press, and then he's going to press. So get ready in 3, 2, 1, let's begin. Also, key point, ladies, as much as you can, open up your fingers. Make sure you're pressing through the full palm. Good. And when you're doing the shortening, right? So when you're being compressed in that press, I want you to activate your back. So puff out that chest, draw the shoulder blades together slowly. Boom. So again, that's what's great about these partner exercises. And this one's a full minute, ladies, a full minute here. So, woo! Right? It's a long time because we're already going, you go, I go. And notice I'm tucking my hips a little bit, doing that pelvic tilt, holding it, chest is proud. About 15 more seconds, you got this. Good, eyes ahead of you. Check in with your posture. Almost there. 5 seconds left. For 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, next we're going to do a seated overhead press. So now your shoulders and chest are a little bit tired. I'll start first on the bottom. So typically, let's try to do here, if this is a little too tight for you, right, you can do a V-sit or maybe crisscross applesauce, but I want your butt bones pressing into the ground. So however you need to sit there. Okay, Rob's going to be doing a hinge and a tricep extension. He's not just going to be pushing down. So he's pushing against me while I push up. He's giving me that resistance back. So when you're ready, let's begin. One person's on the ground, pressing overhead, and the other is just giving that resistance. So like for me, I could say, hey Rob, go a little farther down if you can, so I can get a little more range of motion, right? See how now I'm pressing all the way from my shoulder? And watch his hips. He's hinging and doing a little bit of a tricep press. That way he's not rounding the back. Good, we're here for about 3, 2, 1. Let's switch people. And right away, you gotta be quick. I'm not putting really any cardio in this workout, so I don't wanna hear any whining. When you're ready, let's go. Good, so notice I'm doing a little bit of a tricep extension and a little bit of a hinge, right? I'm not just rounding my back, right? Still good mechanics, regardless of who's doing what part of the exercise. A few more reps here for 3, 2, 1, and rest. So if that was still too easy, stay here. If that was still too easy maybe for the guys, you could always do 2 hands on one, right? So if he's like super strong in the upper body and he wants to push against extra weight, you can give him one side on the next round and then switch. All right, on the ground, Rob, just stay where you are, lay back. We're gonna do a 6-inch throw. So most of us have done this maybe in gym class or in your high school workouts, all right? But you're gonna stand directly over your partner. He's gonna come up with a 6-inch all the way up to that leg lift, and I'm gonna throw his legs down as hard as I can. He's going to try to avoid touching that floor, okay? Notice I'm in my hinge, right? So I'm engaged in my lower body. Boom. So you can go as fast as your partner needs, or if they need a little break, you can go slow. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit of a chest press out of it, and he's getting all that abdominal and core work. Good, we have 5 more seconds, and we're doing that quick switch. In 3, 2, 1, quick switch, let's go. And right away into your work. Good. And make sure that we're pressing that low back to the floor. okay, the whole time. Your breather is kind of at the top, right? So, good. You could throw my legs a little bit harder, right? Don't be afraid to tell your partner to push you, okay? Also, if they're doing too much, don't be afraid to tell them, hey, I'm trying to get a workout in here, not get beat up. 3, 2, and rest. All right, you guys, don't get on your feet yet. We're gonna go to, I lied, a sit-up clap. So facing your partner, feet together. You could do both in, both out, stagger, whatever you'd like. Now, this one is going to be you go, I go for a whole minute. So it's gonna be a little tough on the core. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna come down with the sit-up. All right, I'm gonna come up, clap Rob's hands. And when he goes down, I'm holding this little step back position. So I'm totally engaged that whole time. Let's begin. Good. You can do a little bit of mercy, right, while you're playing. Slap each other's hands as hard as you can. See who wimps out first. No, I'm just teasing. Probably not too good when you're struggling and working out. Just gonna start some bickering, right? So make sure that we're leaning back, keeping that 45-degree angle. Chest is proud. Notice I'm serving my soup, right? I know that's a little silly, but I'm serving my soup at the top of that sit-up. We are halfway. We got 30 more seconds here. I know it's burning, but we gotta stay strong. Remember, we came here to work out today. So the way myself and Rob are doing it, it's a little more challenging for each of us. If we both need a little bit of a rest, we can lock those feet together, right? It's kind of like we're giving each other a little bit of help, okay? So I'd rather you lock your feet, but maintain your soup holding rather than sacrifice the soup holding, all right, and keep your feet apart. But go ahead and rest. The last one, and then we're making our second round through. So getting into a plank, come this way. Getting into a plank here, all right, might need a little bit more space depending on the length of each other, but we're just gonna clap opposite hands. All right, so again, this is both working at the same time. Go ahead and rest, Rob. Get ready, we got 10 seconds, so set up and be ready to rock and roll. Halfway through, I'm gonna give you a little extra credit to do, okay? I want you to try it. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin in that plank, nice and strong, and altering. Notice, all right, our hips are staying very flat. The goal here is doing plank exercises like this when you're moving legs around. So you want to keep, pretend that you have your hardcore glass of water on your low back, right? You're creating a little tabletop there, and you don't want it to spill. So that really changes the game of the plank. Here for 3, 2, 1, let's add a leg. So opposite leg lifts as the hand. Woo! All right, so now we're getting that booty in a little bit. Belly's strong, low back's working. We are here for 20 more seconds, you guys. I don't want to hear any whining. Stay strong with it. Stay tough. We came here to work hard, not wimp out. 10 seconds left. Almost there. You gotta yell at each other. Keep each other honest. That's one of the benefits of a partner workout, right? You can hate and love each other at the same time. Each 2, 1, done. Woo! All right, back around to the top. There's no extra rest break. I'm Coach Owen. You know that we're not doing any slack in here. So set up your leg press position. Woo! Take a few deep breaths. All right, enjoy laying on the ground. You're welcome. Okay. So again, make sure your heels line up. If you need to adjust right where you are, we're a little funky here. All right, make sure that you're even with your press. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Right, we're going back and forth the whole time. So he goes, boom, and then I go. Okay. So we're sliding a little bit. I'm sliding a little bit. Rob's a lot stronger than me. And we're on kind of a slippery floor here. Right, martial arts mats are made for some gliding. So trying to hold on for dear life, right? But he's getting knee resistance, right, while he pushes out. And now I'm doing the concentric part of the exercise. Boom. Okay. So I just hyperextended a little bit. So we are halfway. Keep going. If you want a little extra core, you can tuck your chin. Try not to do it too hard. Just think about lifting your head off the ground for a little bit. Keep those feet hip width. Make sure you're not doing any of this crazy stuff. And you don't want your knees bending in and out, okay? If your knees are bending in and out, chances are your partner's pushing a little too hard. Okay, so adjust if you need to. 5 more seconds and we're back on our feet in 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, quickly back on your feet, we have our row. So again, that's gonna be you go, I go on one side, and then we're switching hands. All right, again, that's gonna be right away, right into it. So, he's gonna grab me at the wrist. All right, we're gonna get nice and close and start whoever has, right, that chest to hand position. Tuck your hips, tall posture, get ready to rock and roll. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. He's gonna row. Boom, I'm gonna row. He's going to row, and I'm going to row. So notice, whoever is not doing the actual rowing on that rep is maintaining stability in their core, okay? So they're trying to work against that twist that you're naturally going to want to do, okay? Check in with your shoulders, right? I was just getting a little punchy there. Make sure your shoulders are coming up to those ears. Boom, belly's in tight. 2 more seconds and we switch. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Real quick, right to it. No time to waste. Begin when you're ready. He pulls, I pull. And I like this trick. I do have to say I did teach that. Came from me. Right, I like to do that a lot personally because it just keeps me honest with where I'm at in that vacuum, right? So any of you that have had a baby yet, I'm sure vacuums have been part of your regime at some point. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're maintaining that vacuum. That is key to deep core strength and rest. All right, one person curls and one person does a tricep extension. So once we're here, okay, remember, he's going to be doing all the curls halfway through. I'm going to be doing all the curls. Take a couple steps this way. If he's a little too tall, okay, have him drop down. Okay, so adjust, right? We're starting in 5 seconds, but just a quick demonstration. He's going to curl up, and then I'm going to press down, okay? So drop those hips back, bend the knees. Let's begin. Pull that belly in tight. You're going to hear me say that almost in every exercise because you have to keep your core engaged in every exercise. So again, this is a great workout and style to get a balanced stability type workout. It's like a stability ball, right? That's alive, right? Pretty cool. So throw away all your other partner workouts that basically are like, okay, you do this exercise and then I'll do this exercise. No, we're both gonna work against each other, switch directions at the same time. We're both active at the same time, working through the same range of motion. Boom. Keep that chest proud. Now ladies, if you're the short one, you're doing the curls, you're gonna have to do the squatting this time, right? Engage those legs. Belly's in, 10 seconds. Boom. Boom. 2, 1, and rest. Okay, deadlift sit up. Okay, so you wanna go first? So deadlift sit up, right? Person on the bottom is going to mean that strong core, okay? They're not gonna be doing, show us the wrong way, Coach Doc. They're not doing this. This is, hate it, don't do that. Don't waste your time, don't waste my time. Okay, they're keeping a tight, engaged core, chest is proud, shoulders are rolled back and down. I'm doing the deadlifting. He's still dead weight. He's just like a little bit active dead weight, right? Begin. And again, this is 30 seconds me, 30 seconds you. So we're switching at that 30-second mark and immediately getting back to work. I'm hinging, okay? Hinging through those hips. I'm not squatting down. I'm squeezing my glutes at the top. I'm not overextending my hips though, so I'm not doing this tucking, okay? That's wrong. Don't want to see it. So this is kind of like a cable deadlift for those of you that have done that before, right? Cable deadlift, but instead you're using your partner. Switch sides real quick. Fast, fast, fast. All right, now he's deadlifting, and I'm the active dead weight. I guess that's a little, it's like you're half dead, right? That's it. You're almost there, you're hanging on by a thread. Belly in, chest proud, shoulders down. Good. And again, if you wanna, we're halfway. For those of you that are doing that single leg deadlift, sorry, I forgot to tell us that first round. You could just do the extra credit into a few extra seconds. Good, and rest. Okay, chest press, go back on your feet. All right, doesn't matter how you stagger, whatever works for you. Let's get a little bit closer, maybe pick the same leg. Okay, this is good for you on this side. All right, come on towards me a little bit. Switch. Okay, so again, tuck your hips. All right, I know I say don't tuck your hips, and I'm saying tuck your hips, but because we're working this way, we're working the upper body, that little hip tuck, not aggressive, right? But that little hip tuck is putting me in that posterior pelvic tilt and locking my spine. Let's begin. So I'm pressing, and then he's pressing. I'm pressing, and then he's pressing. So this is you go, I go. So we have a full minute here. Woo! Make sure you keep those elbows tight to the body. Good. And I'm a little bit short, so Rob's a little tall, so he looks a little diagonal. That's my fault. All right, so adjust with your partner, right? If your partner's a shorty short, tell them to grow a little bit. You're gonna have to squat down. Good, and we're at that halfway. Check in with your posture. Did you lose your hips? Right, is your shoulders creeping up to your ears? Check in and fix it. Pull that belly in as you push out. Right, pull that belly in as you push out. Boom. Okay, and try to keep those hands in one train track, right? So we're not doing this as we move in and out. Go ahead and rest. All right, Rob, go ahead and sit down. We're gonna have our seated overhead press. We are almost done with this workout. Turn it around for me. Remember, the person up top is doing a little bit of a hinge and a little bit of tricep extension. It's going to adjust based on your height, so I'm not gonna make a hard and fast rule for it. But when you feel like you need to bend forward, do it in a hinge. Don't round your back, okay? So Rob, hands up. Again, for the guys, if they want a little extra, they could do one side and switch halfway. I'll let you know. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin. Good. Boom. So here, I don't have to do too much hinge myself. I think it's a taller person that's gonna have to do the hinge. I could be mistaken. Boom. What do you think, Rob? Is it taller? Halfway, so you're doing one side and then the other. And then we're switching. And remember, it's a quick switch. In 3, 2, 1. Let's go, real quick. You ready to rock and roll? Your feet can be out in front of you. You could be crisscross applesauce or in a V. I don't care. I just want your posture tall, your butt bones pushing into the floor. Try to keep your elbows pointed out in front of you like a front rack press rather than a wide press. Whatever works for you, but it's going to mechanically feel a little better. And not against the wide grips, but it's not too favorable usually for women especially because we want to have usually a slimmer upper body. So I find that's what's more favorable. Go ahead and rest with my ladies. All right, 6-inch throw. So one person stays on the floor. All right, situate your hips. Let them know, I want you to throw them hard, I want you to throw them slow. You can even do right at like diagonals if you want extra, okay? Whatever works for you. We're starting in about 5 more seconds, so make sure you're in a good position. If you want some extra credit, don't hold on to your partner's legs. See how hard it is. Let's begin. So just controlling that throw on the way down, okay? Again, you can say, hey partner, I need more, I need less. Adjust the workout for you. And notice his posture, right? He's not just standing there lazily or rounded in the back. He's in this like hinged little bit of a squat position. And he's probably not doing too much chest right now, because I'm sure my legs aren't that heavy, but he's getting that little chest press in there with the push. Okay, let's switch real quick. Fast, fast, fast. Try not to lose your hair, ladies. If you do that, I just ripped all mine out. Same thing. Boom, I'm in that little bit of a squat hinge position. Okay, I'm pushing his legs down hard, and then he's gonna bring them back up. Okay, do your best not to let your feet hit the ground. If you feel like you can't even control to stop them, it's getting thrown too hard, right? You gotta, partner standing has to drop back a little bit. And rest. All right, both of you on your butts. We got that sit up. We have 2 more exercises, you guys. That's just 2 more minutes of work, and then we're done. All right, so let's kill it. Remember, if you want a little extra help, crisscross and hang on with each other's feet. But otherwise, I'm going to go, boom. I'm gonna hold my soup, and then he's going to go. All right, let's begin. Boom. Excellent job, you guys. Keep that chest proud when you're holding your soup. Oh, communication. Good. And rest. All right, our final exercise. Let's get to our plank. We were sliding off that screen a little bit. Let's get to our plank. Okay, remember, you're gonna alternate claps, opposite hands, and then that second 30 seconds. Let's step it up. Let's finish strong and get that arm and leg in at the same time. So whatever arm is reaching up, the opposite leg is kicking, okay? So we got 10 seconds. Roll out those shoulders, psych yourselves up. Last round, best round. Let's get to work. Starting in 3, 2, 1, let's begin. So we're just touching those hands, right, each time. Remember, think about that plate of food or a cup of water on your low back. Don't want it to spill. So make sure you're adjusting your weight distribution, right, through the feet as you lift up a hand, and you're really pulling that belly in, right? Again, that vacuum is key to a strong and stable core. Whether you're postpartum, had a baby, or never have before, okay? It's that inwards vacuum. And let's add that leg in now. So opposite arm and leg are working, or I should say are lifting. Woo. Taking our up. Your partner might be dropping. You gotta lift them back up. We got 20 seconds, you guys. Stay with it. Try to keep your eyes ahead of you. So watch those hands. That's one thing I love about this, right? If you're doing one of these, just knock it off. All right. That's lazy. We don't want to be dropping our heads down. We'll be working those shoulders a little extra by looking ahead of us for 3, 2, 1, and rest. Woo! Shake it out. Very nice job, you guys. Take a deep breath. We're almost there for our cool down. All right, you guys, shake it out. Awesome job with your cool down. Let's find some gentle arm circles backwards. How are we feeling? You feel like you bonded with your partner a little bit? Maybe not. Maybe you guys just fought the whole time. That's okay too. All right, it's good to work out with people, especially when you have to use each other's bodies. Let's open up cross body and open up that chest. Good. We're not going to do anything too crazy. Just kind of loosen up those muscles. And let's find a gentle twist. Now, notice when I'm twisting, I'm keeping my hips pointed forward, and I'm twisting through my upper body, my chest. Okay. So I'm just looking over the shoulders. Okay, but I'm active in that twist. Okay, I'm not just swinging my arms around. Good. All right, from here, arm circle with a hip circle. Arm circle with a hip circle. Good. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just want to loosen up those muscles around the hips, around the shoulders. Excellent work, you guys. All right, and this is my favorite go-to. Let's reach overhead. Nice long arms. We're going to hinge forward, keeping that overhead reach. Hands to the floor. Fold it, and then round it up. All right, so again, you'll reach overhead, hinge forward, lower the hands, fold forward, round it up, reach overhead, and that is it, you guys. Thank you for joining me. I will see you next time. Make sure you check out the blog for more fun workouts. All right, but otherwise, stay strong and stay tough.